Hello. I have had a few technical difficulties, but I think we're good to go now. I'm going to prepare you for a nice evening of relaxation, whether you're going straight to bed here soon or if you're going to be just chilling at home and enjoying whatever it is your evening has for you. This is going to be a nice little relaxing sequence of postures and a little meditation to get you prepared for that chill night ahead of you. So we're going to start off in a nice, easy seated pose. So sitting up nice and tall, feel yourself sink into your mat, your bed if you're on your bed, or into your carpet. I'm missing my words here. But either way, feel that connection to whatever surface you are on. And just start to notice. Notice your breath. Notice just the texture of what's around you. Your hands, your comforter if you're on your bed. Maybe if you notice anything in the air, maybe you got a register blowing heat on you. Let's just notice here and sit in stillness, connecting with the breath. Maybe some open mouth exhales to let things go. Breathing in through your nose. Big open mouth exhale. Let that stress melt away. Let's do one more round. Inhale. Exhale. You can keep your eyes closed for this. You can open them if you'd like. Go ahead and let your arms come up above head. Inhale up. Exhale, turn palms out. Let them come down. Kind of like little angel wings. Inhale up. Exhale down. If you want to find a little bit more length in your spine, you can pull your chin in towards your neck. Otherwise, you can look up if that feels more natural, like it does for me. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to add a twist now. So inhale up. As you exhale, you're going to twist to the right, letting your left hand come either on your knee or outside your knee. Your right hand's going to come behind you. Make sure to keep your spine nice and long. You can even draw your chin towards your right shoulder. Breathing here. Just some natural breaths. Don't get hung up on any specific type of breathing. Just allow your body to freely breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take one more round of breath here. Maybe release on the inhale just a touch. Exhale. See if you can twist into your exhale. Next inhale, come center. Find length through your spine. Exhale, twist left. So find that length through the spine. Right hand on the outside or maybe just gently on top of your left knee. As you exhale, maybe think twist a little bit more, never forcing, always being mindful, especially right before bed. You want to really be easing into this practice. One more round of breath. As you inhale, release just a little bit, coming forward. As you exhale, twist. Next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to prayer position, heart center. Really pushing into the heels of your palms. Inhale, press up. Exhale, draw them down. One more time, inhale up. As you exhale, bring your hands down in front of you. Go ahead and come up to all fours. So depending on your surface, this will feel a little different. So we're going to do a few rounds of cow and cat breathing. So I'm going to turn sideways here to demonstrate. Inhale, let your belly drop. You can find a slight uptick in your chin, tailbone ticks up. As you exhale, draw your chin and your tailbone under, really arching your back, pushing away from the surface you're on. Inhaling back to cow. Exhaling back to cat. A few more rounds of this. Taking it to your level, noticing what's going on, really drawing that mind-body connection. And that will help you prepare for resting. Just getting away from the busyness of the mind and just letting the body guide you where you need to go. One more round. Let's do this. We're going to do what's called threading the needle next. So still on all fours, allow your right arm to lift up. Gaze can follow as you inhale. As you exhale, you're going to reach under your left arm, drop your right shoulder. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, drop on down. So settling here for a handful of breaths. Really relaxing into it. Just kind of notice what shows up here. If you want to bring your left arm around your back, that can feel good to help open up that left shoulder a little bit. But you're getting on the outside of that, your right shoulder blade, especially in this. Feels really nice on my bed. I'll just point that out. Taking one more round of breath here. Next inhale, press into your left hand, unthread your right arm, inhale up. Exhale down. One round of cow and cat or any other movements that feels good to reset the spine. Following breath, inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, I call this the practice thread, reach through. Inhale up. Exhale, reach through, settle in, thread a needle on this side. Maybe your right arm comes around the back. That feels good. So a handful of breaths over here. Noticing if one side feels a little different than the other. Just something to take note of and notice. Nothing needs to be done about it, but just one more observation you can make. The last round of breath. Next inhale, right hand presses into your surface, left arm comes out. Exhale down. One round of cow and cat. We're going to find our way into child's pose next. So knees can come out a little wider than hip distance. Walk your hands forward. I'm going to have to adjust my pajama pants. They're not as stretchy as yoga pants. Here we go. So settling in, forehead can come down. I'm going to keep my chin down because I might smother myself if I put my face down on my bed. But this feels good too. You can also, if you want, if you're like me and on your bed, if you bring your arms so you're clasp my elbows, that gives me enough height to create a little space in which I can breathe. So just notice your hips relaxing as the weight of your torso kind of presses into them, opening up your pelvis. Big, deep, nourishing breaths, keeping it oxygen flowing throughout. If you're like me, you might have had a pretty full day when you're watching this, and you definitely use a little bit more relaxation. Let's stay in center one more round. Walking hands over to the right, feel a nice side bend, and then pull your left hip back to find a little bit more length through the left side of your body there. So draw your left hip back, you're going to feel that stretch. I feel it especially in my left obliques there, side of my belly, left side of my belly. I'm going to bring my head like this, just rest on this side because that feels good. So continuing to Send loving thoughts to those spaces that are feeling the love right now, feeling the stretch. I'll call it feeling the love. One more breath on this side. Lifting up your heart, walking your hands over towards the left, throwing your right hip back. I'm going to cradle my head on my right arm there. Feels really good. A little bit of pressure on my bicep there feels great. So nice relaxing breaths. One more round. Walking hands back towards center. One last stretch. I'm going to bring hands into prayer position. I'm going to put my head to the side here. But go ahead and just take a couple breaths with your elbows bent, hands, prayer hands over your neck. That's going to get a nice little stretch to your triceps. Pressing yourself away, come back to a nice seat. This time bringing your legs out in front of you. We're just going to windshield wiper the knees just a little bit. You can bring your feet out a little bit wider than hip distance. Just notice as you windshield wiper how it feels on each side. So like I love the stretch that this gets right behind the back of my top of my thigh there, kind of where it connects into the gluteus area. This feels really chill for me. Taking a couple more rounds each way. We're going to be transitioning onto our backs. Next, we'll go from back to belly and then back to our backs again, where we will end in a bit. But for now, go ahead and come onto your back. Keeping left knee bent. You're going to let your right ankle cross over. You're just going to gently press into that right knee. Notice how that helps open up that inner right and outer right hip area, hip region. Now, if you're absolutely not feeling anything here, bring your left foot closer and maybe if you need to lift up your left leg, lacing your fingers behind your back, pushing your right elbow into your right knee to get further into this stretch. And we'll pause here and take a handful around the breath. If you have some soft music going, that's awesome. I am not playing any music. I find it doesn't show up on the recording very well when I do that. I'm just grateful I got this to record since I was having some technical difficulties there. Take one more breath. If you lifted your left leg there, go ahead and let it ground. Keeping these figure four pigeon legs, go ahead as you inhale, facing forward. We're going to exhale. Let your right foot come down towards the left. You can bring your right arm out long and look over the right shoulder there. Bringing the left hand on the outside of the right knee, perhaps. I need just a little gentle push to really feel this the way I want to feel this. So it's called silly pigeon. So taking a nice little bit of a micro twist on the spine, but this is kind of helping stretch the hips in a little different way. If that's not working for you, you can just go ahead and stack both knees on top of each other, or maybe just bring the leg out long. We're going to go there in a moment. But for those that this is feeling really good, you can stay here just a couple more breaths. And then when you are ready, find a variation of the supine twist, letting your legs be parallel with each other. I'm going to go ahead and let my leg go long and reach it across. You can see my lovely dirty feet. Might even see some itty bitty hairs from cutting my boy's hair right before doing this. I think I got them all off though. Hopefully. Shower is definitely my future though, before I actually call it quits for the day. So take a handful of breaths. So noticing this twist, it's extra gentle, I find, on my bed. On a solid surface that doesn't have that forgiveness that a cushion or a mattress offers. Get a little bit more of that resistance, I guess, that helps get into the twist a little better. So this is like super gentle. Feels really nice. Let's go ahead and come to center. I'm going to do a little happy baby. So you can bring your hands to the outside of the feet or grab your big toes. Go ahead and rock back and forth. Now this is a super amazing experience on a bed. Just squishing in side to side. Yay! Excuse me. So one more breath. Grounding. Let's see here. Yeah, right foot, left ankle comes across. So you can either keep the right foot grounded, press into the left foot, or lift on up. And tell you on this side, I'm feeling just as much stretch as I want to, just with that gentle push. I'm maybe going to bring my right foot a little closer. So find what feels right for you. I'll share that I'm going to be preparing a little talk about curiosity for my the yoga studio I teach at. We're doing a fall challenge, and I signed up to be the yoga teacher that shares some thoughts on curiosity as part of the self-study deep dive we're doing over the course of 6 or 7 weeks, whatever it is exactly. I think 7 weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. And so being curious about how things feel when you change things up. Go ahead and let your left foot fall over to the right, bringing right shoulder down, left shoulder down, looking over there. Left shoulder, but I know I can say that some of my best yoga classes where I was the most curious about how different things would feel when I just mixed it up a little bit. And so encourage you to get out of any sort of rut or routine in life in general and just have that curiosity and learn instead of what should you do, what could you do. And don't shit on yourself. I love that saying. So allowing your left knee now to either extend. I'm going to have to work my foot under my pillow. That feels kind of nice as I'm resting on between pillows on this side. But find a little supine twist that works for you. The left leg can go long, or you can just stack knees on top of each other, cross legs even. So breathe into this space of stillness in your twist. Maybe picture a ball of light as you inhale, working its way down to the place that needs it most. As you exhale, reversing out. A little visualization tool. One more round of breath. Slowly coming out of that twist. Bring feet out wide. We're going to windshield wiper again. This is a nice little spinal reset, gentle way to go about getting back to neutrality after twists or bridges, things of that nature. Anything with the lower back. So next we're actually talking about bridges, going to do a little bit of bridging. So arms can come by your side, which is going to allow, especially if you're on a cushier surface, a little bit more to resist in addition to your upper body. As you press into your heels, you're going to lift your hips up. Your heels should be stacked under your knees or fairly close to it. It doesn't need to be exact. We're just going to lift and lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. A couple more rounds of these. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time up. We're just kind of warming up that lower body. Exhale down. Soles of feet are going to come together. I'm going to adjust the pants just a touch more. Create a little bit more space. Soles of feet are going to come together. Find your way into a reclined butterfly. So legs are going to be feet together, legs are out wide. You can gently press into your thighs just a touch if that feels good. So just enjoying a little peaceful butterfly. Now I can tell you I love this position right before bed when I'm under my big heavy comforter. Just that weight of the blanket pressing on me. It's not a weighted blanket, but there's definitely some good weight to this. It just feels very calming, which I can see why people love their weighted blankets. Well, that's just so calming to the nervous system to feel that pressure. So if you want to find one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and a little bit more tactile connection to your breath. Notice the pattern. Stay here for a few more breaths. My eyes are closed. Yours can be as well if they aren't already. Maybe notice the little light show behind your eyelids that takes place. We are going to roll onto our bellies now so you can guide your knees together. Shift over to your belly. Go ahead and keep your knees bent for a moment and windshield wiper your legs. Very playful. Switch which cheek is down. Take a couple breaths here. Just going to do a little bit more with kind of stretching out the back. We're going to find Sphinx pose. Slide forward just a touch. Arms are going to come underneath you, elbows under your shoulders. Just a gentle little lift, and you can press into your surface. So if you're trying to draw your heart space forward, you can lift, stretch out the front of your neck, your clavicle area by lifting your neck, your chin, I should say. Make sure you can maintain your breath. You can even squeeze up on your quadriceps just a little bit by pulling your kneecaps up as an action to think of. Go ahead and lower down, reach out nice and long, find a stretch, and then go ahead and bend your knees and windshield wiper a moment again. All right, we're going to roll onto our left side. We'll start with left side first. So I'm going to let my left arm cradle my head. You're going to keep your right knee bent. Reach back, grab your right foot. Let's just find a little bit of a stretch here on the side. So you're pushing your top of your foot into the palm of your hand. Let's take a handful of breaths here. You can even, when you inhale, press. Exhale, release. A couple more rounds of breath. Or you can keep it the whole time, but you'll find a little bit more ease doing it this way. So you'll notice the blood flowing really when you're pressing in, feeling that stretch in your quad. Rolling onto your other side. So my back will be to the camera a moment, but that's okay. So bringing left foot into left hand. Inhale, press in. Exhale, relax. One more of these. So on your own time, if you like the feeling of just stretching here, so you're getting a back bend as well as a quad stretch when you do this. Just igniting a little bit of fire inside those quads. One more round. And coming back onto your belly. Go ahead and windshield wiper again. All right, I'm actually going to draw some circles with the legs. This feels really good and playful. There we go. So working our way into one more little stretch before we go back on our backs. This is called seal. So you're going to come up like you're in tabletop. Walk your hands forward, drop your hips, let your arms go out long. Just find a little stronger of a back bend. You can have your legs out a little wider than hip distance. So depending on your surface, if it's flat or if it's squishy, like for me, I'm finding it's quite a bit different than when I'm on a solid surface, how it feels. So play around with it. If you want to come back down, if that's not doing it for you, come back down, take a few more breaths. Here in our Sphinx pose that we did a moment earlier, go for it. We are going to find one more pose facing the ground. Go ahead and come on up. We're going to find a rabbit pose. So bring your knees together. You're going to cup your heels. Bring the top of your head down and then lift your hips up. Find a nice stretch here through top of your shoulders. And just breathe. It's also lengthening out the back of your neck. One more breath. Slowly coming on out of that. Rolling back onto your back. So before we lay flat, bring your elbows underneath you. We're going to find fish pose. So hands are going to be down kind of by your glutes. Palms down, and go ahead and let your neck come back if that's comfortable for you. Keep a more neutral neck and just lift your hearts kind of broad in your shoulders, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Just this is great. If you want to add on, bring your neck back. Only do so if you can breathe and it feels gentle to your neck. Taking a few breaths here. One more. Awesome. We are getting close to the end of this little 30-minute of bedtime yoga. I'm going to encourage you to find a flat back laying down. I'm going to dim the lights here in just a moment. So finding a nice, relaxing, either corpse pose, or if you want to go back to that reclined butterfly that we had earlier with the soles of feet together. We're going to relax here, just especially if you're on a squishy surface, just feel yourself melt into your bed or your mat or whatever it is. We're going to do a little body scanning here, just one more opportunity to really hone in on the messages that the body's giving us, consciously giving each part of our body permission to relax and let go. So if you're holding any tension yet, this will be an opportunity to let go of that. So noticing first your feet, how do those feel? Is there any sort of warmth or tingly? Moving up into your calves, maybe see if you can squeeze your calves and relax. Same thing with your quads. See if you can pull up in your quads and relax. Give them that opportunity to send you some signals. So Giving yourself permission to just let go any tension you might be hanging on to. Tell yourself it's okay, let go. Your hips, how do your hips feel? Do they feel supported underneath whatever surface is underneath? Your lower back. Are you holding tension there? Can you let go? Your torso. Notice your breath here. Moving up to your heart space. Can you feel your heart beating in your chest? Can you tell when it's beating with each pump? To your arms. What texture do you feel underneath your arms? If your arms are bare, maybe just your hands. Can you consciously release a little bit more tension throughout your arms? Now think about your hands and your fingertips. How do those feel just being at rest? Can you feel the stillness? Going up to your shoulders, your neck. Is your jaw relaxed? Is your tongue relaxed? Are your eyelids softly closed? Maybe your eyes are open, but if they're closed, are they closed tight or are they just gently, barely touching eyelids together? Your brow, your forehead, how's that feel? Can you see if you can relax, unfurl just a little bit more? I encourage you to think of something that brings you joy, or maybe someone that brings you joy. Send up a loving thought of gratitude for that someone or something or place. Let it bring a smile to your face. Let it warm your heart. From here, we're going to roll over to the side, right or left side, doesn't really matter which. Cradle your head in your arms, find seedling pose. Appreciate the feeling of support that you feel in this position. When you're ready, you can press on up on your way back to an easy seat. Give yourself a big embrace, a little bedtime hug, bringing hands to heart center. I wish you all a peaceful night of slumber. Sweet dreams.